The button is pressed. The button is pressed. Reality is occurring. Did you know it's up to me? I'm the person in charge of that. I can just make it so reality is not occurring.
I mean, I have some notes about the state of reality lately, so and that's
Whoa,
your
hold on.
responsibility
I
when
don't get to
you
make.
talk.
I just have the switch. I don't get to make changes.
Okay, well,
Let's put this
all
in
right.
studio mode. Okay. There's the link for you,
Post
and here comes the
and
pre-stream.
post.
Welcome, nerds. Welcome to phase 1. Nerds and non-nerds, both types are both types of human are welcome here.
So the thing I noticed
Also
while I've been
non-humans.
waiting
Yeah.
is that if you just leave the Atari Pitfall going, it just cycles through these random colors,
Mm-hmm.
palette swaps
Yep.
in ways that are quite hideous. I don't know what's going to happen when I start playing the
The
game. Maybe it'll go
seasons
back to
are
normal.
occurring. We're in autumn now.
Yeah, it went back to normal. All right.
Hey there, cornflakes. Welcome to phase 1. Amabel's playing Pitfall because that's what she decided she wanted to do. So, like, we've talked about this a little
Yeah.
bit. What's your like authentic in time experience with the Atari? Oh, that's a crocodile.
Yep. I mean, I had an Atari eventually. Around the time everyone else had a Nintendo, I had. Okay, well that's wrong. I had an Atari. I played a lot of the ET game for the Atari. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Did not actually play a lot of Pitfall. So I'm experiencing this classic. Is classic the word we want to use for this?
Yeah, I think classic is appropriate. Look out for that snake.
Fuck you, Snake. Okay.
Great jumping. Your first gold. If only you can avoid this insane pit trap.
All right. Well, that's a lot of points actually. So I noticed the thing is there are things that kill you, and then there are things that just reduce your score. That's interesting. I don't know if the score going to 0.
Well,
all right, so I lasted almost a minute and a half.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
I'm giving it another go.
Yes, the pre-stream. This has not been enough time yet. Steph would like you to know that your Skeet is responsible for her being at the stream because the YouTube notifications are still being wiggy for some people. Although it sounds like maybe there's some methodologies that can be applied here. I will say I have never received a stream notification when the people that I follow are streaming. And I always know when it is because of them posting it on other media as well.
Okay, I will say this. I think this game is better than Tomark, the Barbarian.
Sure, okay. I can agree with that. Like Leo Vader's excellent 12-hour Hitman stream that he did yesterday to benefit causes in Minneapolis.
Good for him. He seems like a decent chap.
Yeah, Leo Vader seems like good people. I'm bummed out that he has been doing fewer video essays, but he did say during the stream that he was hoping to do a couple in the new year. So.
Oh, that's why there's okay. I was wondering, like, why is that vine there? I see. This is what we call hostile design.
This isn't hostile. They give you a big hint that there's a hole and a way to swing over it, and
okay, I'm gonna wait because
it'd be hostile design if there was no hole until you started jumping, and then it always appeared like Level Devil style.
Oh, are you just taking the joke seriously? When I'm doing a joke, is that what we're doing? You're just taking the joke and that is a serious thing I said?
I'm sorry. Do you think that was a joke, sweetie? Jokes have structure.
I should not touch this fire. I
You
don't
probably
think.
shouldn't touch the fire. It looks like an inviting campfire, but I bet I bet John
There
Pitfall
are no
here.
save points in Pitfall.
Yeah, I bet John Pitfall does not have the wherewithal to not just walk into a fire.
John Pitfall.
The
You know
protagonist
what
of
I'll
Pitfall
say?
does have a name. There was a Pitfall.
Pitfall Harry?
There was Pitfall Harry. And there was a Pitfall game for like the PS2.
Ah,
That's
I was
tough.
trying not to fall in the pit there, but I did a bad job.
I assume that game had plot.
Well, maybe.
I'm looking it up now. Everybody,
All
everybody, welcome to the pre-stream. You know, this is the phase 1 of our stream before we get to the thing that we're really
All right,
doing
almost
for
lasted
the-
3 minutes that time. I guess I'm gonna do like one.
Do one more.
One
Take
more,
one more
or-
swing. Yeah,
Okay.
because we've only had the pre-stream running for like 6 minutes right now. So give people time to show up,
Yeah.
say hi,
I'm
find their
basically
seats.
I'm gonna keep doing it until you tell me not to.
Okay, I think the this will be the last one. But I am going to try to find the plot. Okay, so apparently Pitfall 2 Lost Caverns was released in 1984. I've never played that.
Is that an Atari game?
It is. It looks pretty similar.
Okay, well we know what next week's pre-stream is.
The whole,
Oh,
the whole,
jeez.
the whole Pitfall saga.
Okay, this doesn't count. Doing it one more time.
Agreed. Okay, agreed.
The crocodiles are like the hardest part, I think.
Yeah,
Getting the timing right.
yeah. Well, a trick with the crocodiles is that you can stand on their eyes even when their mouths are open. That last little block of them is always safe, and I believe it's like exactly the distance of your jump from one set of eyes to the next set of eyes. But that might be
Okay.
sort of a pro maneuver. Maybe not on the eyes, but you see like the rightmost bit of their head. Yeah, like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you for that pro strat.
That's some ancient lore right there. I never had an Atari, but there was one at the Latchkey, which was how I spent many hours playing ET for the Atari. Okay, Steph in chat says jokes may have structure, but what about bits? No, that's fair. Bits can be pretty amorphous. I mean, listen, I say jokes have structure, but there's a lot of different structures a joke can have. So apparently there was a Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns, for the Atari in '84.
All right.
And then there was a Japanese arcade game called Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns that came out a year later and then was ported to American arcades like 6 months after that. So that's pretty weird.
That is pretty weird.
You don't usually see console games adapted to the arcade.
No. I know Mario had an arcade version that was like super hard and
Yeah.
was working on those levels that led them to do.
Yeah, that's what gave them the hunger to create Mario 2. The Japanese Mario 2. Well-known crocodile fact: they won't attack you. You just stand on their eyes. This is actually true of most creatures. If you can successfully stand on their eyes, the fight is over. Conflict complete. You have won. You know, you can just go forward in the underground.
But there's a scorpion.
Let's jump over him. Look at the size of him.
Okay, the jump didn't work.
Haha, gotcha.
No, I don't like that. I'm staying up here.
Then there was a super pitfall for.
Was that for the
Can you guess what
Nintendo or
system?
Super Nintendo?
It is for the NES. I wonder if it is the first Super game.
Right, is that it for pre-stream or?
No, I'm going to tell you to go one more because I'm doing research and talking now.
Okay.
One more, and then we'll get to the real stream. Welcome to the pre-stream, everybody. Welcome to Phase 1. So
I
yeah,
assume somewhere there is a second piece of gold.
there's probably a bunch. Super Pitfall came out for the NES. It was the first game that Activision published for the NES. And then it was ported to the PC-88. So I'm sure that's a fucking nightmare. But at least this game, it does have the hard screen breaks, so who knows?
Yeah.
It turns out by this time it's 1986, and Mario is out and available, and everybody's like, "Hey, Pitfall sucks shit." Actually, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this Jump Man? He's a man where his whole shit is about jumping. It's crazy. The game looks way different. It looks more like Sonic the Hedgehog than Pitfall. Pitfall Harry has a jaunty hat on and is fighting frogs in some ruins in this screenshot on the Wikipedia page. So that's weird.
I mean, he's gonna have 2 buttons, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the second button is presumably kill frog. Equipped with a gun, he seeks to recover the Raj Diamond from a vast subterranean dwelling in the Andes. And rescue his niece Rhonda. And his cat friend, Quick Claw the Lion. So Quick Claw the Lion was invented in Pitfall 2: The Lost Caverns.
Okay, so there is lore. There's lore and characters and
yeah, there is lore. In Pitfall 2, you are trying to rescue Rhonda and Quick Claw. This is weird. This game doesn't need that much story.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play Pitfall 2, maybe on the next pre-stream.
And then there was a Genesis game in '94 called Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure. It's like 10 years later. It was supposed to be an SNES game, and then something happened.
All right. I've gotten here before. Oh, this feels like this. Did this just loop on me? Is that what? Because that screen definitely felt less difficult than the screens before and since. No, I guess not.
Yeah,
okay.
they're not exactly looping, but there is kind of a minimum. There's sort of a small number of obstacles, so they can only configure them in so many ways.
Yeah.
So Pitfall 2: The Mayan Adventure looks like every mascot platformer from the mid-90s,
And that's the Sega Genesis one.
Mm-hmm. It was eventually ported to the GBA and stuff, it looks like. You're doing it, Amabel. You're crushing it.
Where's my fucking gold?
Then for...
Oh, damn it. All right.
For PlayStation, there was a Pitfall 3D Beyond the Jungle.
Okay.
And then Pitfall: The Lost Expedition, which was actually a PC game. In 1935, Pitfall Harry returns to help a beautiful archaeologist rescue her father and thwart the evil Jonathan St. Clair. So by this time, by 2004, he was no longer stealing the Raj Diamond from the Andes. He was fighting the kind of guy who would steal the Raj Diamond from the Andes.
Okay, I mean that's something.
I appreciate them. I appreciate them coming around on that. And then finally, of course, you have Pitfall with an exclamation point, which is an endless runner that is basically what you're playing right now, but converted into endless runner format. It comes full circle. But sometimes you're riding a motorcycle in that one. And now we all know so much about Pitfall.
Ah.
See, it always seemed to me like when you fall in a pit on a screen like this, you should fall into the underground part, right?
Yeah.
Why is the underground there if it's not actually there? How can our pits be real if our eyes aren't real?
It's a very deep thought, sweetheart.
Thank you. There are there are 32 treasures, by the way. You want to guess how many screens there are?
6? 12?
255.
All right, no, that makes sense. Okay, well, I've just died again. So that's
Okay.
that's
So
Pitfall.
That's Pitfall, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming today. This has been Phase 1, the pre-stream, where everybody gets to see Pitfall for some reason. Amabel, what made you want to play Pitfall?
I wanted to play another. Like, I like playing, experiencing old games. I wanted something where, it would be short, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm assuming when I'm playing some kind of fucked up strategy game or something. So I wanted to play something on the pre-stream that was like a 2D platformer.
Sort of a 2D platformer that was going to be kind of just like cruel and really shitty to you, and it's going to make you feel bad. Do you want to maybe? Are you going to turn this down, or you want me to turn this down?
I'm working on it.
Okay, get the volume wherever it's comfortable for you, and then I'll dial it in for the stream too.
What are the controls?
They're pretty
Right,
simple.
up, down, jump, up. Okay, all right.
Okay, Lazuli says these random old games are genuinely my favorite type of pre-stream. So I guess that's good news because it sounds like you intend to keep doing them.
Look, I love doing framed with you as like a couples activity. You're like, this sucks. We do something that doesn't suck. This is what you get.
All right, hold on just a second because I don't have the viewers in yet.
Okay.
What if I turned off the gas image? There it is. Got it. Bam. Dialed in.
So I'll say this art looks very very of a piece with the sort of World of Goo Super Meat Boy kind of that era of indie game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an Edmund McMillan game. So
okay, gotcha. I've played 2 of his games, by which I mean I played Super Meat Boy and also the original Flash Meat Boy that was on Newgrounds.
Yeah.
So I haven't really experienced his other stuff. I guess
well,
I'm doing this one.
This is gonna feel somewhat familiar.
Okay, we're gonna load up one of my favorite games here. Here we have The End Is Nigh. It's a classic old school platforming game, and it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite games. You got your classic controls, you got your jumping, you got your going left and right, and like always, what? Oh shit! Oh no! 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 Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh god, no! This can't be broke. Here, let me get the cartridge out. Okay. Oh no! It's still not working! Oh fuck! Fuck! What am I gonna do? Fuck!
He's saying a lot of swears.
This is commentary. I think I'm feeling judged.
Dear anybody reading this, I'm probably dead. That wouldn't be surprising. Everybody else is. There was some kind of apocalypse, and then all that was left was me. Well, most of me. All in all, hasn't been so bad. Till yesterday. My favorite game cartridge finally broke. So I think I'm gonna go out and make a friend. I'll have to go out there outside. It's a dangerous, twisted place full of death, decay, and death mostly. But you know what? Imagine all the fun we'll have, me and my friend, you know? Collecting tumors, spitting teeth for distance. Yeah, you know, if I do it right, repopulate the world. It won't be easy, but I have nothing left to lose, except my other eye. Oh well, fuck it.
Quality of that VO is very up and down. So, welcome to The End Is Nigh. You get all that stuff I was saying earlier about a 2D platformer is gonna make you. It's gonna be difficult and make you feel bad. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I was making a sly reference to the video game of today. You can jump. You can jump even more if you hold the button. Wow. That's pretty much it. It's kind of it controls wise.
Wait, what is this button? Oh, no, he's just talking. Okay.
I think there is a button for read skeleton dialogue. Maybe I'm wrong.
Ah, it was up. Must be nice being alive and all that. The tumor wiggled out. It's been floating up there for years watching me. Please don't take it, is all I have left. Oh no!
Well,
I'm sorry.
guy,
I'm
you
sorry,
should have
buddy.
been to the left of the tumor. Amabel. Embarrassing.
Okay, hang on.
There we go. So I don't know if you saw in the corner there, it doesn't actually like cache in the tumor until you leave the screen.
Okay.
So most of the reason we're playing this is we were talking about. Ooh. We have been talking about in a couple of different contexts. These sort of splatformers recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember these conversations, but in particular, you said a thing during last week's stream that was like, okay, and at this point, I don't remember what it was. But I was like, okay, you need to have some actual familiarity here. So this is, you have played Meat Boy, but Meat Boy is. I would almost say that Meat Boy is kind of like a proto-splatformer in the sense that it's like that sort of I want to be the guy, prank you kind of thing isn't really what Meat Boy is doing. Meat Boy is just a game that's hard, and whatever sort of like cruelty it has for you is just an artifact of it being a very hard game. This game is going to intentionally prank you a little bit more without being without being a full-on I want to be the guy because I do find that a little insufferable personally. Nice.
I like it when it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not really about technical skill, but playing along with the gag and anticipating the gag. No, I remember us talking during a. Okay, hang on. There are instructions here.
Yep, so you're hanging on an edge.
Yeah. Yeah, an edge. If I push. Ah, okay. Well, hang on. Okay, no.
Nice.
All right. Hang on. I used to hang off a wall, I pull out from it, and then do a jump and go like super far. When I didn't pull outward, I mostly just go up higher. I call it the pull-out method. I made that one up years ago. I imagine it'll get more of a laugh. Please leave me alone.
Whoosh, look at that. Look at all that distance.
All right, yeah.
All right, now just don't die.
All right.
Let's see, one thing that I do think is interesting is that I feel like you just have very different instincts than I do
Yeah.
when it comes to games. Yeah, like there's a thing here that is like, there's a thing here I would do right away.
Okay.
Lazuli says, "What the golf?" is a good version of that idea. There's, you know, it's got a lot of pranks and that kind of
yeah.
stuff, but it's not so mean spirited. There's no stakes or annoyance to the pranks, and yeah, we are big fans of What the Golf and its sort of sister game, What the Car. So, never mind. Go, just keep going.
No, what did I miss?
Well, no, just keep doing your thing.
I got the thing.
Okay. You keep playing the video.
Ah! No! Ah! No! No! Ah! Oh! I didn't see that window man before. Okay.
That window man.
Window man.
Window man collected. So look at that. It's a good thing you panicked and didn't make it across cleanly on the first thing, because you learned something. You learned something about the window man. The Viper.
But how do I this? How do I get that?
Do you remember that story from when you were a kid, about the Viper? The Viper is coming?
No.
That might not be a thing. That might not be universal. Never mind me.
No, okay. So let's think about this. Hang on, is there... Let me see if... there's something I can work with over here. How far do I... okay.
So I think the screens are generally self-contained.
Okay. All right, so how would I get up there?
Stephanie, be careful. We went and watched that episode of Freakazoid after that recording, and it turns out you only have to say his name once. That's how that actually works. And I had misremembered it and crossed him up with like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, what name was that, sweetheart?
I see what you're doing. You don't know how to run the switcher. I'm operating this. I want you to imagine that I'm operating the stream from behind one of those giant boards with all the thousands of phone plugs.
Yeah.
You know, you always see those women operating in like Lassie.
You know, I think I'm just gonna have to let this one go because I don't see a way up. I know there is a way up, but I don't see that presently.
Mm-hmm. I know how to do it. I figured it out with my big genius brain.
Do you want to tell me?
I said to you the screens are generally pretty self-contained. That was a stupid thing to say.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. You just got to get a little higher. I said that and then immediately was like, oh, it turns out.
Okay, hang on.
And so I think this is an interesting thing.
Ah.
This is an interesting psychological effect here. You could just move on, but you don't. You put yourself in a position to continue to suffer because there's a collectible.
Start hitting the button too soon.
So what's up with that, Amabel? How come you make yourself suffer for a collectible? Does it mean anything? Is it powering you up in some way?
No, but I like to overcome a... Yeah, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I have the capability to do this. And I think I should move on.
Okay, you do you. You know, give up and be a huge baby
Hang on,
about
there's
it
one
whenever you
over
want.
here.
Oh. There's a window man. This one I do not have any idea how you get it. Good morning, Totally Harmless. Welcome to the stream. Amabel is learning about being miserable because as a trans person living in America, we don't have enough experience. Almost.
Okay.
Almost.
But I don't know if that's an execution thing or... See, I don't have a good sense yet of the capabilities. Like, if this was a Mario game, I would know how far... I would know if I could make a jump. Wait, am I overthinking it? Is it just...
Well, maybe not quite like that. This game is The End Is Nigh. It is a game made by Edmund McMillan sometime after Binding of Isaac. This was like the first game that he made after Isaac, if I remember correctly.
Okay, hang on. I didn't do that. Okay.
Nice.
Aha!
Well done. Well done.
I have a question for you. Is Binding of Isaac his most well-known game?
Oh, it's gotta
Or
be,
his-
right? Like, I mean, Meat Boy certainly is. Meat Boy
that
is
was-
certainly very well known and tremendously important to its genre and the sort of progression of a certain, the progression of a certain aesthetic style among indie games. But so many people have clocked so many hours of Isaac at this point worldwide. I'd be probably horrified to know what that number looks like. So for some of these tumors, it really is just a matter of like no hesitation, just go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steph. So for Meat Boy, Edmund McMillan is the artist, and he's responsible for like the ideas, the sort of like the overall aesthetic direction and the concept of the game. But he's not actually the developer on Meat Boy. Meat Boy, or there's certainly not the sole developer. Meat Boy, he worked with a guy called Florian Himsel. And Florian is the one who is responsible for the sort of like the tightness of the controls and whatnot. Binding of Isaac is the response is what came from McMillan trying to build something himself. And you can note that the original, if you've played the original like Flash Isaac, it's a lot slower and a lot simpler. Although that's not entirely down to like programming skill or whatever, because
Forget it.
one of the core problems that
Ah!
One of the core problems that original.
Oh, it crashed.
Oh. That's not
Okay,
part of the.
well-
That's not part of the game.
Let me
We're
start
just-
it again.
Yeah, we're just gonna be here for a second. I'm gonna just flash this back to the cave while you get that up and running again. One of the core problems that Flash Isaac had is that Macmillan always wanted Binding of Isaac to have kind of like bullet hell pattern dodging stuff in it, but Flash could
Alright.
only
Oh, do I
animate.
need to
Hmm?
share it again.
Yeah. Flash could only animate so many moving things at once, and so like you really couldn't get the effects he was looking for, which is the reason that they eventually went to a custom built engine. But when he wanted to do that, he needed to hook up with a studio of actual devs, which is why the eventual fancy version of Isaac was made by Nicholas, the studio that
No.
put out 1001 Spikes and stuff, which is another sort of a Pitfall themed platformer kind of thing, actually. Ah.
Okay. No. Okay. No.
I think you still have sort of multiple intensities of jump. Maybe not. Maybe there's something like with the timing here to work out.
No. Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, the thing that most unites the Edmund Macmillan oeuvre is the aesthetic sensibility, right? Oh, look at this! Amabel,
Okay, but how do I
you found a window, man.
found a window, man? But I don't know how to get. Nope. Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, I do not remember this game well enough to be able to give you any solutions in that way. I can help you try to figure stuff out, but I don't know any answers.
Yeah.
Just like in real life.
Yeah. So what am I missing here? And this seems pretty right, but doing that just puts me up against the spike.
Ooh.
Okay, I can maybe. I don't know if it's an I don't know if it's an execution thing or if it's not possible.
Yeah, that's
Right.
always the trick with these games, right? It's like, do I need to just try this solution 8 more times, or would I be wasting my time? This game is not a solo Macmillan project either. He did work with another developer on this. He's not really, you know, by training, he's not really a developer himself. He's an artist mostly.
Yeah. I feel like I've worked on some video games.
Yeah.
And I'm very bad at it. I don't have the programming chops or patience. If I was to actually make something that was actually viable, I would need to have someone else do the programming, and it's kind of a hard sell to be like, yeah, I can do the cool fun stuff. Can you do the grudge work for me?
Yeah.
No one wants to do that, right? So.
Also, looking at the Wikipedia page here, it turns out I had the story slightly wrong. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the developer who worked on Super Meat Boy was not Florian Himsel, it was Tommy Rafine's. Florian Himsel worked on Binding of Isaac.
Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to, I think,
No, this is trouble.
you almost made it through. Yeah, this level is definitely about like learning to short hop quickly and also to really control your jump.
Oh.
I'm sorry, sweetie. So some like this platformer as a genre is not, it's not really a genre, right? It's sort of like it's a subgenre of platformer, and it's
Oh no.
careful. Yeah, I don't think you can roll up there.
So there's not a way up there once that happens.
Yeah, I think you do have to just beat that.
Okay. Okay.
You almost did it that time though, so I have faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really tight little jumps there. Are definitely the key. Nice. Congratulations.
Sorry, Window Man.
I mean, is it easier to get from this side?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, +1 window man.
One Window Man.
That window man is. Oh, I like where your head's at.
I can't jump high enough to get that Window Man.
You jump high enough on your first jump from this platform. I think you just gotta like really haul ass and make that leap at the last moment. Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's even more to it than that. I don't know. Hey Lana, welcome to the stream. We're playing The End Is Nigh. Amabel is enjoying the nightmare of platforming. So I was saying, this platformer, not a genre unto itself, right? It's a kind of platformer.
I mean, it's as much a platformer as like a cinematic platformer is, for example.
Well, what I was going to say is there's sort of it's sort of a subgenre in tension with itself, or maybe there's like a categorization problem here, because when we say platformer, we're kind of talking about two different kinds of things, right? There's the game that's like I want to be the guy, where nothing that, well, not nothing, but most of the things they want you to do and I want to be the guy are not particularly hard. But on a lot of the screens, 80% of the way through the screen, Ryu comes out of nowhere and kicks your head off. Or it turns out that ledge is a fake, haha.
Yeah.
Or a better example even than I want to be the guy might be oh shoot, what's that Japanese game called? I had it in my head. The one that Tom Walker played.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let me see if I can source the name of it here for the viewers, because obviously that's not super helpful to them.
No, how do I do this?
Did you know there are a lot of people named Tom Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actually trivial to look up. But there are games where the thing is like the joke.
Yeah.
And then there are games where there's platformers because they're very difficult, and there's almost always some degree of crossover between those two ideas. Like you really don't encounter you really don't encounter the one entirely without the other.
No, I'm not fast enough for this.
Well, it seemed like that on a couple of things, and then you figured it out. So I have faith. So I don't know. What do you think? Are these like different? Are these different ethoses? Are these different ends of the same idea?
I mean, yeah, they're certainly related things, but
is Level Devil really the same genre as Celeste?
No, because I think the prank is part of the. I think the prank is part of the appeal of that kind of game and the kind of. So, like, there's some similar levels of difficulty, similar demands on the player, but the relationship between the player and the game, or the player and the designer, is different, because Celeste is very, you can do this.
Yeah.
I know you can do this. And that's not a hostile thing. It's a very supportive thing. Whereas something like a Level Devil, a prank game, is kind of predicated on that kind of adversariality. And I think that is like a marked difference. See, here's the tricky part.
Yeah.
Is that you have to be very precise with your jumps here. It's the jumping puddle is a little floaty. But if you end up touching it, like as brushing up against it as you jump, it will disappear before you can land on it.
Yes, yeah.
You need to do that very precisely, and that kind of precision, for me, generally demands a level of.
Are you about to say the word joystick to me?
No, of slowing it down.
Okay.
Taking it carefully, and you don't have time to take it carefully.
No. You have to do it right, and you got to do it fast and right.
This might be the rest of the stream. This screen.
I think part of the problem is you're doing those really tall jumps up onto the blocks. You're losing time in the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you gotta like really dial in your jump height as well. But
really,
that was a pretty close attempt, I think.
I think the thing I actually have to do is get on that second tower. I can't point at the screen, so let me show you where I need to be.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, maybe not this time.
Nick in chat
All right.
says, "Yo, it's Gloomy Meat Boy." That's more or less correct.
Yeah, so
Welcome,
right in
Nick.
that spot is where I need to jump on it before it starts moving down.
Yeah,
So I do that, I
think
need to get...
I think if you can get up there and then get on that little block up and to the right, you can probably just make it from there to the upper platform and ignore the rest of the blocks.
Right, if I'm doing it fast enough.
Yeah.
Right. And I think for me to get there, I'm gonna have to ignore the window man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to get to the top of the first tower.
Yep.
So I have more height when I'm jumping.
I think you're right. I think that is the plan.
Obviously now I'm not. See, that's the problem.
So like, obviously there's an important tonal difference. Mr. Tanuki D says in chat, "I'm not familiar with the term splatformer." So let's talk about this a little bit. Splatformer is a term. I don't know if it's really a term that's like commonly in use. I'm not super connected to games media right now. If I'm honest, I'm not reading any game sites or anything with any regularity. All the game sites that I like shut down. So, but splatformer was a term we started using. Oh, see, that's good. You can make that jump right from there. That's got to be the way. But splatformer is a term we started using for the obviously Meat Boy spawned an awful lot of clones. So splatformer was the term that we started using for those games because you would die a lot, and they, most of them tried to ape the characteristic like violence splatter that comes from a Meat Boy death. Again, it's very much a matter of the aesthetics of the thing infecting the mechanics and vice versa.
No,
Nick says in chat, "I stopped following the company many years ago. Recently I heard Mugenics is coming out." It's like, that's still in development? Yeah, he's been working on Mugenics for like 15 years. But there is like an actual playable game now. They have had streamers actually like hands-on with the thing. So yeah, as far as the term splatformer goes, I don't know if that's a term that's commonly in use by anybody except me. But hopefully the meaning of it is clear enough. It's the kinds of games that emerged from the shadow of Meat Boy, where you're gonna die a lot and it's gonna be kind of messy, and there's usually a lot of like saw blades and spikes and
yeah.
One thing I think is interesting. You talk about how the aesthetic of like Level Devil and Celeste are so different. I think it's interesting, like the way that the original Meat Boy aesthetic, it doesn't, like we say, it doesn't have so much of the prankiness to it. There's a few places, but Meat Boy aesthetically is designed to demoralize, right? You go into a level and it's like there's a big pit of syringes and there's saw blades everywhere, and you're supposed to look at that and go before you like sort of like dial in and start trying to figure it out. Whereas Celeste is doing the other thing. Celeste, in every element of it, from the music to the way the game actually talks to you, is like, this is hard, but like fucking rah, like you got it, you can do this, we believe in you.
Yeah.
But those games are inarguably the same genre, right? When Meat Boy and Celeste are doing the same thing, they're just doing it in different tones of voice. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so to a degree. Yeah, I think so. So here's what I would like to do. I don't know what would be the most convenient way to do this.
Are you trying to invoke girlfriend mode here?
I try to invoke girlfriend mode. Are you coming down to my lair? Are you parsecing in?
I would think parsec would be the way to do that.
Okay.
I got to be able to run the giant switchboard with the ladies. To be clear, I'm not putting the things in the plugs myself, but I am puppeting the ladies. So I have to operate the marionettes while...
That's a little... okay.
No, marionettes, Amabel. I know how you feel about fisting. All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna put us in the cave for a second. Let me open up Parsec. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a situation. I guess here, okay, the way we'll do this is I'll put this on this screen, Parsec here. I'm gonna hit connect and we're gonna see what happens.
Okay. Hang on. Let me. There's my parsec. Accept. Keyboard, mouse. Okay.
All right. Do I have control?
You should have control.
Indeed. Okay. Let me see if I can do this because I don't know if I can. And obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a period here where I'm adjusting to the controls. Oops. Okay, so yeah, I think for this screen, jump height's really important, and I do not have the hands for that just yet. But that was kind of close.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, yeah, you gotta catch onto the side of this brick, jump immediately. Oh! Yeah, there we go.
Hey, okay, thank you.
You're
Should I
welcome.
kick you out now?
No, I mean, you can just go ahead and play. I think I can run the stream like this. So I can just click over to this screen if you need to girlfriend mode it again. Girlfriend mode, of course, being the thing that happens when you ask your girlfriend to play the video game for you.
Yeah.
D Coffin H says, "I love you too. Thanks for streaming today." That's awfully kind of you to say. I did not miss your earlier question. I was trying to develop some thoughts before getting to it. D Coffin H also asked earlier, in terms of the platformers and stuff, how would something like Limbo figure in? Amabel, did you play Limbo?
Does it look kind of like this?
It does.
Like
it has a largely like black foreground, kind of lit background.
I played a little bit of Limbo because it was a. Okay.
Yeah, the reason I ask is I didn't, and I don't know.
Okay.
I know that it was a well-regarded indie game of a certain period, but I actually have no familiarity personally. Oh, look at that! Amabel cheats. Congratulations, you made it to the second biome.
Oh, hey. Them's the remains of our ancestors down there. Their guts all connect underground. At night I can hear them whispering, "Help us, we are burning in hell." Or something like that. It's hard to hear them over my own screams. Anyway, it's like some kind of tunnel system. So when you find a new one, just remove the scab, hop in, and boom, you're home.
Yes, you can teleport from the beginning of any biome to the beginning of any biome, basically, and you can see there on that screen the number of screens there are and the tumors and which ones you have and which ones you don't, which is nice.
Oh, okay, all right. Come on, hang on, buddy.
Hey, look at that. So obviously this area introduces these mobile dangers here. So like something like I Want to Be the Guy or Level Devil, would you? It does emerge from Meat Boy though, right?
I could probably trace two lineages there because it emerges from Meat Boy, but it also emerges from Kaizo, which has existed for a very Mario ROM hacks mean Mario ROM hacks go back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I would
So I
say that
think
I would
that-
say that Meat Boy is in that lineage.
yeah,
I don't think that's two lines. I think that's just Meat Boy is not the beginning
but,
of.
but I think that's where the prank aspect comes from. Is I mean, I get what you're saying, but no, that doesn't do it.
I think you're approaching that right. You just have to the jump has to be very particular.
Yeah.
Totally Harmless says, I want to headcanon that terror-based fast travel isn't actually fast. It just erases your traumatic memories of doing it. After you have traveled, you can only remember that little bit, and so it seems like fast travel from the back end. I think that's well in keeping with the tone here.
Okay, no, it doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe the right thing to do actually is like a short hop off of the block to grab that and then just land back on the block and then do a big. I don't know if you'd have enough time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, or maybe it's jump back over to the left and then from there.
Well, that was me trying to do a short hop back to the.
This one seems very difficult.
I mean, this is the part where, as usual, I just move on. I'm not very collectible brained generally.
Yeah. I absolutely am. I found it very difficult to move on unless I was 100% sure I couldn't figure out how to get a tumor. So my progress through this game was pretty slow. You say you're not very collectible brained, but trickery. Check that guy out.
Yeah, that's a big friend.
I mean, that
Question
sure is an Edmund McMillan creature.
Would you like to see your fate? This ride requires 50 lifetimes of suffering to enter. Please return when your tumor has grown. We will be waiting. Oh, that's
Okay.
all right.
Some kind of alternate level or something.
No, I've done this. Come on.
As Xander says in chat, I think I've read that Meat Boy was influenced by ghouls and goblins. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I would say that game is definitely sort of in that lineage as well, right? And that game does kind of prank you.
Yeah. Shush. Well, see, there's a different because like Nintendo games have, and by Nintendo games I mean games from that generation of consoles, right?
Sure.
They have more. They have these pranks, but they never feel like fun pranks. They never feel like it's a joke that you're in on. It feels like,
No, why would you be in on the joke? The joke is on you.
okay, but like when we were playing
When the treasure
chest
chest drops in front of you and then you open it up and it's the wizard inside there and he turns your balls to goop or whatever. That's a joke that's on you and you're supposed to be mad.
when we played La Mulana and you jumped and that statue fell on you,
Yeah.
that felt like a joke that we could laugh at.
Okay, hold on. It's a joke that I could laugh at, and I literally did, but it was definitely a joke on me. I was not in on that joke. I was the butt of that joke. That was a cruelty that was being done to me, and the excessiveness of the cruelty was funny in a kind of a Jesus Christ fuck you sort of way.
I'm just kind of realizing that years of bullying that I went through have really warped my ability as to when I'm in on the joke or not, and also my sexuality. So that's a whole thing. I don't know. There are pranks played on us that we can be delighted by, and ones that just feel like, oh, come on, man.
Why? Those are not. You're not describing a qualitative difference in the prank. You're describing a difference in the mood of the person who's being pranked.
Yeah, but I think that does depend on the. I think that still is something that the person doing the pranking has an effect on.
Yeah.
You know. Shush. There are others close by, crazies who believe in what they call the ascension. They hide just out of view. Some are above, some below. Don't try and find them, and definitely never speak to them. Stick to the linear path, kid. Exploration can only lead to disappointment. I explored myself once.
And now I'm dead. I mean,
I know what it's
ironclad.
saying is that the skeleton himself or herself explored, and now I'm dead. But the way I read it is I explored myself once.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed
dead.
to. That's how you're supposed to read it. It's written that way.
The skeleton goon died.
Yes, it's a double entendre, Amabel. You've successfully navigated both of the entendres.
Okay. Did the music get louder?
I don't know. I definitely turned it down again. I will say that. You want to look at your map?
Oh, okay, hang on.
What a useful map.
Okay. Yeah.
Power Max says in chat, La Mulana play where one person dresses up like a stone giant and jumps on top of their partner without warning.
Oh, I don't like this.
He told you not to do this.
No. Oh, no. No, he was right.
Well, I mean, that wasn't so hard.
You know, that's definitely... but that thing up there looks...
What does it look?
Like it would do that. So if I can... get up there... go talk to that man.
Be very precise. Don't miss. Land on the spikes. Oh, Mega Tuner. So you figured this out pretty quickly, but obviously if you don't hold left while you're falling into this room, then there's this blocker that is tremendously annoying. And you end up having to go through the whole room twice so that you can slap yourself against the wall and break it and give yourself a thing to grab onto. Is that a prank that is on you or a prank that you are in on?
That's a good question.
So I'm curious about where you think the line is, because clearly we have different ideas about this.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, I would love to find a way to do pranks in a board game. I haven't.
I would argue City of Six Moons kind of has.
I've had games people have told me are pranks, but you know, it's kind of what I would term a playful adversariality. You know, and yeah, a lot of it is tonal. A lot of it is The example I use because I'm a giant pervert is there's a difference between like a bully and a dom.
Sure.
A dom, it's gonna be playful. I will say one thing.
So the question for you generally is the game bullying me or is the game domming me?
Yeah. Really, it's how I feel about a lot of visual novels as well. So, okay, I'm having trouble doing this part, but
I think you are
trying.
making things. Well, I don't know.
I think I need to hang on to that thing.
Yeah, no. You've clearly identified what you need to do.
I'm just having trouble doing it.
Yeah, I think that the trying to grab onto the side of that platform while it is moving to the right seems like the most difficult way to do it. Is what I was going to say. I think you're making that task hard on yourself by the way you're timing it.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till. Okay, I'm gonna do another pass because it's easier when the thing isn't blocking my vision.
Yes. Yeah, I think for me, I would be trying to do that while the platform is moving left.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to do it there, and it didn't. I did not.
It didn't quite pan out, but that's the idea. Yeah.
All right, let me give it a. All right, it's gonna go to the right again, and then it's gonna go to the left.
Nice.
One of us. One of us.
Gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Google gobble. All right. From Freaks, yeah. Have you seen Freaks?
No, but I'm familiar with the reference. Are you happy you went through the trouble?
Oh, no.
I mean... Power Max says, what board game doms you for research purposes? Asking for a friend. What would you say, Amabel?
That's a good question. Here I am. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if one has just yet. Like there are games that are challenging, but a lot of them are challenging to play well. But a lot of them are of the you can do this or struggle to do this kind of way. I don't know. There's. Okay, no, I can't do that there. All right. No, that's not right. Okay. Okay, let me... Can I get on this corner?
Might I recommend if you, actually going onto the screen to the right and then coming back?
Okay, yeah. Okay, hang on. If I get it on the other platform, I can jump on the corner from... Right? Yeah. Nope. Okay. Ah. There we go. There we go. Okay, don't. Ah!
No, excellent work.
Okay.
Handy little tool.
Okay. Tips.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's how that's
kid.
pronounced.
You ever want to Create corners while running? Yes. It's easy. All you gotta do is be ducking while you are running. Your body will just snag on the corner every time. It's a classic tactic I used to escape from my urges. Don't worry, we are nice now. Don't worry, we are nice now is a beautiful phrase.
I'm definitely on your side. There's no reason to be afraid of me. Totally Harmless asks in chat, is storytelling Blood on the Clock Tower doming for a whole bunch of social deduction subs? I mean, there's got to be some reason people play Blood on the Clock Tower.
We're not big fans.
I apologize if I just yucked your yum. Listen, I'm an old curmudgeon. I was born old and angry, and I'll die old and angry. I was born naked, old and angry, and if I'm lucky, I'll die naked, old and angry. So don't take my opinion seriously, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't feel like you have to care about what I think.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I think you got this. It's just a matter of doing it. But you have the idea, and that's most of it.
All right, yeah, there we go. Oh, all right. You know what I love is in Lost Levels, Mario 2, the trampolines that are sometimes make you go really high up and sometimes don't. Unless you memorized it, you don't know, and you just fucking jump off into the pit. That's quality.
You press the button
design.
and you just gotta kind of roll with however hard it decides to throw you.
Now, I will say one thing about like this kind of the single screens platformer. This kind of platforming game where it saves every screen. It makes a lot of the kind of prank stuff and the difficulty a lot more manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially having unlimited lives, which I assume I do here. I haven't seen a life count. There's no window man on this screen. Oh, you are window man.
Ah.
Nope, that's not right. I need to okay. Bounce. Nope.
Bounce, but not into spikes. Hard but aimed.
Okay, how do I do that though?
Oh, you can definitely make that with just like a C jump, right? Yeah. We'll just go left. Just cash it in. There you go. Now go back across. I appreciate that they let you cash them in by leaving the screen in any method instead of having to actually beat it and go out the right side.
Yeah. No, that's there's a level of it being forgiving that's
like this game has an aesthetic that is punishing, and it is occasionally doing stuff where it like rips a block out from under you or whatever, but it is in fact mechanically pretty forgiving.
I wonder how much of it is that Kaizo design, you know, as we encounter it from like the ROM hack scene, tends to be, you know, ROMs that you are playing on your computer via emulation with save states. You know, if that
Yeah,
just
that's true.
encourages like. Oh, this is no.
Yes, the developers don't design in systems for, you know, being able to resume, but they know you already have one at your disposal.
Now, you generally just you don't like that kind of design at all, though, if I remember correctly, like the kind of prank Kaizo.
I mean, I don't know. It seems
You don't
like
play them.
I don't play them. It seems like the people who play them are entertained by them. It's fun to watch sometimes. I don't have a lot of interest in it myself.
Oh, that's not right. Okay. Ah. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Well done.
Oh, what is this nonsense?
This honestly, this just looks like a Meat Boy level.
No, I don't know how to do that. I'm not.
Yes, as Xander points out in chat that, and I want to be the guy, the save system is incorporated into the platforming, right, in the form of the save platforms. So you actually, you know, the save system is in the progress system. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. Like, I don't have a lot of interest in explicit like Kaizo ROM hack stuff, but I do play splatformer type. I do play these kinds of games, right? I played this game to a completion. One of the things that you might describe as an ending. And of course I played Celeste. Until it fixed my gender. I'm kidding. It was Sayonara Wild Hearts that fixed my gender.
Yeah. I know the lore. You can't fool me.
This reminds me of that one part in Mario 2.
Process what's going on the screen at all. There's too many things.
Yeah? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
you can ignore most of it.
Yeah.
Most of what's happening is too
I don't
high
even
up
see
for you to
where
care about.
little window man is on this screen.
Oh no.
Window man.
The window man. You hurled yourself at him with reckless abandon. Ah, that's a shame.
I think another difference between a splatformer and a platformer that I've noticed is that most platforming games have a way for you to defeat enemies.
Okay.
You know, Mario, you have ways to deal with it. And here you just have to not get hit by things, you know? I think that is a kind of a
Yeah, and even in these kinds of games where there are defeatable enemies, It's almost always like you can temporarily disable the thing
Right.
more than kill it. I'm thinking of like the statue chasing things in that one level, that one area in Celeste. Like you can jump on their head and phase them out for a second or two.
I'm trying to think of a game of this style that doesn't have wall climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of one? 'Cause I'm not as familiar with the genres.
Oh,
Are you a friend?
check out that, buddy. Well, not like the most friend. Friend might be strong. Tool, on the other hand. So when you say platformer, are you using it to refer to, like, are you using it to refer to Celeste, or are you using it to refer to Level Devil?
I'm using it the way you're using it to refer to both of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, wall climbing is just part of the advanced platformer vocabulary at this point, right?
I suppose.
Some
You don't see Mario doing it though.
climbing is strong, but the wall manipulation, I mean, you do though, right? Wall kicks will work, famously.
Right.
Mario climbs walls the same way he does everything, by jumping a lot. Skullfrog, you're a hero.
I love his stupid noise he makes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan as well.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
It's out of curiosity. What factor do you reckon you are magnifying your playtime by focusing on the tumors?
Probably a little. Well, that was less about I want that tumor and more about like what are the ways to use this frog friend?
Yeah, you were learning mechanics there. But I was just thinking, in general, because there are definitely some screens. There are a lot of screens really, where the actual completion for the screen is so much easier than the tumor.
Okay. I need more than one skull frog.
Silas the Lunark in chat says, "Hey SB, really loving the Reus content. Interested to see you 3-star some of the new scenarios. I found some of them pretty challenging. I am happy to hear that. I do enjoy it when that game is difficult. It's such a weird thing. I don't really know how to talk about Reus, but I do love it so. Amabel, what do you think about Reus?
I did not enjoy it when I played it. And I know you enjoy it a lot, so I'm glad you enjoy it, but it's not for me.
Damn, just coming out.
I'm gonna invoke girlfriend mode again because
Okay.
I can't figure out these frogs, and I would like some pointers.
Okay, let me see what I can do here. I also do not have the frogs figured out. It should be noted. So we're gonna try to do it live. Frog friend, feed me to a spike. I could get this. I feel confident. Oh, wasn't expecting him to jump up into my underside, just deep in my undercarriage, with such aplomb. Ow. It's too late. It took me too long to think of it now, but I'm sure there's a good Sabrina Carpenter joke somewhere in, did you hear her new song, Up Into My Undercarriage Was Such a Plum or something? I don't know.
Sabrina Carpenter.
The, why don't you apply some context clues there, sweetie?
Is she a country singer?
I wouldn't. No, her music is pop music. There's definitely some country inflection on some of it. Anyway, I'm not much for English language pop music a lot of the time, but I think her stuff's fun. She's got a good sense of humor. All right, I'm gonna give this like one or two more tries and then just get out of here the old-fashioned way. Which is to say, tumorless? Is that the old-fashioned way?
I think so.
I guess with tumor feels more old-fashioned to me. All right, let's just see if I can leave. It's a powerful headbutt they got. All right. That's easy enough.
I couldn't do that. Thank you for taking care of that for me. Oh my
You're
god.
welcome. I wanted to get the tumor, but I could not. Silas Lunark says Sabrina Carpenter being on the new Muppets was not a crossover I expected. Oh, that makes perfect sense to me. She has great Muppet energy. I think that people who are familiar with the Muppets mostly from child-oriented stuff. And not to say that the Muppet Show's not for children, but basically, I think people who are familiar with the Muppets mostly in a sort of a Sesame Street child edutainment capacity.
Muppet Babies, yeah.
Versus people who are familiar with them from primarily stuff like the Muppet Show probably have pretty different ideas of what like the aesthetic texture of a Muppet production is. I didn't really watch any of the new. I know they had that new Muppet Show that was on for a couple of seasons, which I understand was more like the old Muppet Show.
They've done that a couple times. I don't know how successful they've always been.
Well, not very. It would seem, because they never seem to get more than a couple of seasons.
Do you have a favorite Muppet Show guest?
Oh,
From
interesting.
Best Muppet Show.
I mean, the Mark Hamill one is good. I remember that. It has been a while, I will say, since I've watched much Muppet Show. And of course, I was very excited to find the Mark Hamill one because this might be channel deep lore. I was a hardcore Star Wars
MacGyver,
kid.
Right?
Sorry, what?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was a hardcore Star Wars kid through most of my life. That particular fever didn't really break until I was about 20 something. So, yeah, there was a period where Mark Hamill being in a thing was like, I'm there. Silas Lunark says Robin Williams felt the perfect pairing for the Muppets of the era. Mr. Tanuki D says Eric Morcombe. I'm not familiar with the. Are you familiar with this person?
I mean, I certainly saw them on the Muppet Show, but I don't remember them from the.
Xander says the Seth Rogen Muppet Show special is on February 4th. I think if it's popular, they'll continue in that vein. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. I'm very interested in that. Gosh, I love Muppets.
So my favorite is the Mum and Chance episode.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that sounds like you. Look out, the window man is coming.
can't be just on that corner of the screen.
So one thing I enjoy about Sabrina Carpenter's music is that, like, first of all, a lot of it's really horny, and I appreciate the frankness of it. It's not all cutesy. It's not all like using euphemisms. It's not like, oh, your love is like a roller coaster or whatever. It's just like, she is like, I would like very much to fuck, please. It is fun to do sex, and I think that we can do that together. And like, hell yeah, lady. Let him know. But she has a lot of charisma about it, and then like the other half of her music is about how incredibly hopeless men are, and like basically the difficulty of being a het woman. And I get that. I feel bad for my sisters. I'm not trying to say that I have things easy, because I certainly don't, but I definitely am like 2 or 3 times a day I find myself going, whew, thank God my primary romantic attraction is not to men. Because dudes are a trouble.
Dudes are not okay.
Yeah. Silas the Lunark says, Andor sparked some of the smoldering embers of the Star Wars kid in me. Yeah, for sure. And there is still Star Wars stuff that I really lock on. I do still like Star Wars a bunch. I just don't. I would tell you that I don't love it in the way that it was once like such an identity thing for me. But I don't know. I would say like when the episode 7 trailers happened, I wept. I openly wept. I was like, that's an X-wing. That's an X-wing is all it takes for me to be reduced to tears.
Hey, dude, that there is water. Your charred skin looks a bit chapped. Maybe you should take a dip. You dip.
Got him.
Gotcha. Once I just bear down, something will kick what's left of that foot. Give it a go. I don't. Maybe don't use that word.
Well, yeah, he's trying to use it in the sense that like he's saying you only have 1 foot left. So if you look at your map now, you can see in addition to the little tumors, that circle. What does that represent? What have you collected exactly 1 of?
The mega tumors?
Yeah, so that might be like hidden mega tumors, or it turns out maybe there's a whole lot of tumors actually that you don't have yet.
Okay. Well, I think. How long have we been streaming?
That's a great question. I actually can't see that. The way I moved the parsec over. Thank you. We've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes in the phase 1, in phase 2.
All right.
Such a pained expression. I literally heard you turn red and flash and like bounce back a step.
No, I just. All right. I'll do a little bit more, but I'm
okay.
Like we've had a nice discussion of this, and we've seen this thing, and
you're 10% of the way there. I'll tell you if you get more tumors, and then you interact with the guy who's like, hey, you gotta have all these tumors. And obviously you're gonna get more challenge mode gameplay. It's gonna be harder.
Yeah, well, I don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird being the kind of person who was like really, really into Star Wars for a long time in the modern Star Wars era, because like I've read, I don't know, I'm gonna say gently, dozens of Star Wars novels. I have all this information, and basically none of it's canonical anymore because of the soft canonicity reboot when they brought out the new the sequel trilogy. So every once in a while you're like, hey, how does this thing work in Star Wars? And I have to give the very complicated disclaimer. It's like, well, what it used to be back in my day.
We've been talking about Star Wars a lot lately because you played some Star Wars games with me.
Yeah. Back in my day, let me tell you something about a bowcaster.
Wait, did I ask you how do the guns work? The little phaser guns, like, do they have batteries?
You did ask me this, and I answered. You know the answer to this question now.
I forgot.
And they're just being ridiculous. The laser weapons, especially handheld laser weapons, are powered by a gas. There's a reaction that is catalyzed by a particular kind of gas.
Right, and the Cloud City is...
Yeah, the Cloud City on Bespin is mining that particular gas, the Tabana, I believe it's called. So your average blaster is good for like 100-ish shots per cartridge. So it's enough that you don't really think about it in terms of like, you know, a gunfight or whatever at the OK Corral, but in a war situation, it's still a thing you would have to be like logistics concerned about. Yeah, no, I let her go when she says shit like the little phaser guns because it's just what is the value of that conflict for me?
What did I do wrong?
The little phaser guns. Amabel, that's Star Trek. Gross.
They're basically the same thing, right?
Yeah, Cloud City is an ammunition depot, pretty much. No, I'm joking. I don't have anything with Star Trek. Not quite as much my particular inflection of entertainment, but Star Trek's fine. I like to wind up Trekkies because they're easy to wind up with the full knowledge that like I'm in the exact same I'm in the exact same boat. It's very easy to wind me up about Star Wars because of my years in the fucking Tabana gas mines. So yeah, like the Tabana gas is obviously it's highly volatile, right? It reacts and produces powerful energetic reactions. So that's why they have that carbonite freezing system. Because if you want to ship it somewhere, you got to make it inert first. So they load a bunch of gas into a capsule, freeze the capsule in the carbonite, and then it's safe to ship it. And so that's why they have the system that they use to freeze Han Solo. That's why that's on site. It's not just a plot factory. They bothered to think it through a little bit. Anyway, the Trekkies are eating good, right? There's a new Trek. People like that lower decks or whatever. I don't fucking know what's going on with Star Trek.
I haven't seen any of it, but yeah.
There's a new Star Trek thing, right? Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, I think it's getting mixed reviews. I don't know. I don't.
Okay. Well, I would expect it's a whole like developed fandom at this point. Everybody's having rough times out there. I don't know if the Trekkies have the same problem. I would imagine that they do a little bit. That the Star Wars fans have, where like some significant portion of the fandom is fake people who are interested in using it as a cultural signifier and weapon more than actually liking the thing.
Yeah. I don't know how to.
I do seem to have kicked off some chat.
Oh, good.
Mr. Tanuki D says, I don't recall ever seeing anyone reload in Star Wars. No, probably not. I don't think anyone has ever. I haven't seen all the new shows. But yeah, the part of the thing is that the blaster cartridges have a large enough capacity that you wouldn't need to reload in most situations. Lower Decks was fun. D. Coffin H was surprised to find out that Cloud City is an ammunition factory. Is like, how the hell did they think Vader wasn't going to annex the weapons depot? That's a really good point, actually. Like, Cloud City is of such incredible strategic importance. Like, of course Vader was going to take over, and we don't think of it that way because we're very focused on the individual character level of the drama going on there. But like, yeah, that's good. A good eye, good looking out. South Lunark says, I've heard from reputable sources that the new Starfleet Academy is surprisingly good. I don't really know anything about like what they're doing with it, but it would be cool if it was good. Nick 16 character says, gotta ask Jesse Gender. That absolutely would be what I would do. If I wanted to know whether a Star Trek thing is good, I would ask Jesse Gender.
Well, the last good Star Trek thing was Sea Space Nine, though, so.
The only one I'm really deeply familiar with is Voyager.
That water is polluted. At first it tickles a bit, then it's like a nice chemical peel. I can't remember what happens after that.
Good sign, good sign. Cornflake says Enterprise is good. Cornflakes points out the Clone Wars is bound to have someone reload a blaster. You know what? Probably. So I'm not super familiar with the media around the actual war, like the Clone Wars stuff and all that.
Oh, you haven't seen the Genndy Tarkovsky Clone Wars, have you?
I saw a couple episodes. Yes,
those are good. I don't care for the CG one, but the one that's like, what if Samurai Jack but Star Wars, is pretty rad.
Isn't that just like effectively the pilot for the CG series? Am I not well informed here?
I mean, so there. I mean, yes and no, but like, the CG series like has 20-minute episodes and is less. You know, the style the style gives it a lot. You know, the style of the animation, the kind of momentum of it.
Sure, I'm a fan of the works of Mr. Tarkovsky. A big Samurai Jack head. That probably is not a huge surprise to anybody. Cornflake says the 2D drawn one is also covering the whole war and is way grittier. Okay, I didn't realize that there was. I thought that the one was effectively the pilot for the other one. Interesting. D. Coffin H says the CGI series starts rough, but they find their groove. It gets good.
Yeah, it's not good throughout, but it's also pretty short though. Like it's. Oh, I'm sorry, the CGI one. Yeah, no, I don't care for that. Never mind. I thought we were talking about the hand-drawn. Yeah, maybe it's just I didn't get through the rest of it, you know, because that first season especially was pretty rough.
I know people like it. I've heard a lot of positive things.
Well, you know, I had a friend who tried to get me to actually sit down and watch it, and she was like, "Okay, there are 5 seasons. The first 3 seasons are pretty bad, but they get good, and you need this for like lore." I'm like, "Can't I just read a wiki or something?" So I did try to watch it, and I just didn't.
You can, anyway. Of course, just read the Wikipedia. Everyone is permitted.
No, that's not nice.
I think we've kicked off a minor Trekkie argument in the chat. People got feelings about Kira.
Well, Kara's yeah. So unsurprisingly, I do ship Kara and evil Kara.
That seems to be a very common opinion among trans people. Just sort of a little observation that I have made. I've seen a lot of that.
All right, yeah,
So you're having trouble here because you keep accidentally grabbing the edge of a block, which is killing you because then you just hang out under the water. The fact that the go up in water button is jump creates some complications because you have to be very careful not to jump out of the water in a way that's going to harm you. Nicely done.
okay, no, okay, I'm just not getting that thing. That's fine.
Actually, fuck this window, man.
Oh, what this window, man?
Mr. Tanuki D asks in chat, is the KOTOR remake officially dead? I don't know. I have not heard anything about that. But y'all seem like a pretty well-informed bunch. Somebody might have an idea. This is the thing that's great about community is you don't have to know stuff yourself. You just have to have a guy for everything. Okay, nicely done.
Ah.
So what do you think about
Okay.
the sort of the progression of the difficulty here? How is this going?
You know,
Nice.
it's going fine, and then I'll get stuck on stuff, and that's not necessarily about it being a bad progression of difficulty so much as just things I particularly have trouble with. I think this probably is fine, but I did have the girlfriend mode a couple things so far that I definitely would have been stuck on. I would have quit. If we weren't streaming, I absolutely would have quit at a certain point. Because there aren't really pranks to amuse me.
Okay, I feel like some of this stuff is...
Also,
some of this stuff hits me with that inflection. I don't know.
Also, I feel like a thing with the prank games I enjoy is that it's not as much about the technical execution. Like, there's some of that, but once you understand the gag, it's not having you do pixel perfect stuff.
Oh yeah, because there are definitely games that are doing both, right?
Yeah. And as someone who is not, skilled in the same way
Nice.
to say that you are, I don't know how to get there.
Oh, I'm sure it involves going down on the left and then passing through the wall somehow.
Yeah, well, that's not happening. Okay.
Nick 16 character says more games should come with a girlfriend mode. Unfortunately, for ethical reasons, you really have to insist that the gamers provide their own girlfriend. There are a lot of people who are like sort of down on the label, People who are like,
Which label is that?
don't call me a gamer. I don't like that word anymore because of the cachet that it has acquired. But I'm very much of a sort of Michael Bolton feeling on that. Are you familiar with the character
I'm
Michael
not.
Bolton from Office Space?
No, I'm familiar with Michael Bolton, the singer.
Have you seen Office Space?
I did once. I didn't care for it.
Okay. Well, the guy with the glasses is named Michael
Okay.
Bolton. And there's a brief moment where somebody asks him like, if the association annoys you so much, have you considered changing your name? And he says, no. Why should I have to do that? He's the one who sucks.
Okay, yeah, that's
With the term gamer, like a fucking. First of all, I got here first. Most of these assholes are like, 14 years old. And secondly, they're the one who sucks. I was a gamer back when it was not a thing that was like good to be, and I will continue to be a gamer until the date of my death, sometime in the year 3000 something. And the little fuckers can just get out of my way. Robin says, hey, I thought we got rid of annoying shit like DEI and ethics and the value of human life. Some of us did.
Robin, you're a trouble.
But then I persisted.
I don't even see how to do this.
Well, there's a thing you're having to put in your head here that you do not have in your head yet. A thing you have not realized, but that this should make you realize. That it is fun to leap in a hole. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, but then I'm still stuck in the same place I was before.
So what would
Can't
have to be
touch the
true?
guy.
What would have to be true for you to be able to get over there?
I would need to have a corner to hang on or a platform.
Or
Or
what else?
I can't swim in there. Because I've tried that. I've tried pushing the...
That's
something
no,
while I'm
that's
in
true.
there
It
to
is
do
not
anything.
water. It is gas. Robin
Yeah,
says
I
in
don't-
chat, Robin is a trouble. Many have said this. Look at that tumor. Look at that window, man.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
It's a classic method of instruction in video games. Just like you just put a player in a position where something has to be true for them to move forward, then you have taught them that it is true. This is one of my mom's least favorite things about video games. Is this method of instruction?
Yeah.
She does not like that. She's like, if something's, you fucking tell me the rules.
As someone who makes board games for a living, where telling you the rules is kind of
Yeah, and board games are always her justification. She's like, if I sat down to play Sorry, and it didn't have any instructions in the box, I just wouldn't be able to play it. Like, fucking show me a manual. She doesn't say.
give your mom a copy of Six Moons.
She doesn't say fucking as much as I do. Man, we should definitely do that. Actually,
That seems like it'd be really mean.
you think so? I think she'd enjoy that. I think it would be. I think it'd be really. I think it'd be really interesting for her.
Well, here's the thing, because you haven't played Six Moons.
Right.
It does, like, in a lot of ways, it assumes familiarity with modern board games, and your mother's played a lot of them with us.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I would say she has, like, core level
Well, I mean, she's
instinct.
got familiarity, certainly. I don't don't know. I think it might be worth it. Maybe worth giving it a go. I think she'd enjoy it. Nick in chat says, I personally can't play games where you're meant to figure out the rules yourself as I get frustrated so fast. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a thing that certain kinds of video games just sort of like naturally assume is okay to do to people, and there are some people for whom it really does not work as a pedagogical style.
Okay. But I don't think I can... Yeah, I think I have to... Yeah. Ah. Ah. I'm not doing it fast enough now. I'm getting worse at the game. I am tilting.
It's okay. Progress is
Very
non-linear. And you'll have what appears to be backslides and stuff. It's okay. The most important thing is not to get in your head about it.
Okay. When is the right time to do this? Is it now? It was!
Well done. You try to rescue the window man.
Oh, maybe.
Ooh. It does seem like a pretty aggressive cut. Trying to, yeah, I think you gotta land.
Ah.
Nick says in chat, just to be clear, there are games where instead of spelling it out, they give you a small puzzle to figure it out yourself, and that's fine for me. Like, for example, like Lok.
What was the example? I didn't
Lok.
hear that.
In Lok, you have that.
Oh, yeah,
Then the rules written down, and so you can check it at any time after that. But in some games, figuring out the rule is the difficulty. And those are the challenging ones. Man, Lok's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, no, I like it quite a bit. And that was actually a huge influence on Six Moons. Like, I'm really glad I played that.
I would really strongly recommend, for people who are even a little bit interested in it, I would really strongly recommend the digital version. The digital version does some very cool things. The physical pen and paper version is very neat in its own way, but I really like what they did with the digital version.
No. No. Okay. No. No.
What do you think about this?
I hate it. Like, I'm having trouble even beginning to figure it out. in a way that's hard to get a hold of. Especially because my reaction time is not always the greatest.
Yeah, this definitely is a little bit more about like anticipation, right? You gotta figure out approximately how long their cycle is, and then jump such that they are where you need to be when you need them to be there.
So I have a question: Are there games in this genre or subgenre or tradition or whatnot that don't lock progress screen by screen?
Yeah. I mean, Celeste doesn't, right?
Well,
Celeste has areas. They're not exactly screens. But yeah, it does have like small area locking. I'm trying to think.
well, what I mean though is I can't like skip to the hotel if I'm having trouble with the first level, right? And I can't. So it's more just like there's not an option to skip a level. Oh, now I gotta go bet the other. This sucks.
It is a challenge, to be sure.
Ah.
This isn't even the bad part. The bad part is the third traversal.
No, I see that.
That was very well done, though. That was really, really clean. And you're getting your timing pretty good. You just missed the fish by a little bit. Was all there.
Ah.
So this game does a pretty good job of it. Meat Boy, of course, is the canonical example, but one thing that I think is really important to a successful platformer to getting the feel right, and the place where I think a lot of them fall down is the speed with which you begin a new attempt.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna do this shit, it has to be immediate, right?
Yeah, I agree. Nope. No, okay.
Ah.
Too short. Okay, okay. Nope.
You
Nope.
can do this. I got you. I believe in you. You've got it. Nice, very clean.
You know, here's an interesting thing about these kind of games.
Mm-hmm. Tell us the interesting
Is
thing.
that I don't tend to
Like them.
no, I don't tend to like get as upset.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll get frustrated sometimes, but you know, something I struggle with. People have seen this on some of the streams, unfortunately, is having some insecurities and like a panic reaction to doing very poorly, and that never really is a factor in this kind of thing. I might get tired of it after so many attempts, but you know, I don't get that way, and I think it's just because of the expectation here.
You come into it knowing
Yeah.
it's going to be a nightmare, and so when it's a nightmare, it doesn't bother you as much.
Yeah.
Oh, almost. Yeah, I think there's something to that. If a game looks like it's going to be, you know, Super Gianna Sisters or whatever, and it turns out to be Meat Boy, it's a little bit more discouraging.
What is Super Gianna Sisters?
It's just a very, you know, very famous, like, obviously from the name you can guess. It's a particularly famous ripoff is the word I want to use. I guess it's probably appropriate. Of Mario Brothers.
All right, come on. No, come on. All right. Okay.
Well done, well done. So now
Alright.
you gotta hop up there. As soon as you get onto that the little hook, you're in Gas Town. So you gotta move fast
Yeah.
and just make the jump to the other spot. Easy. Nice.
Okay.
Well done.
No, no.
Oh God.
Ah. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. Nope. All right. Nope. Okay. Jump and then over and then here and nope. Ah. Nope. Ah.
Nick says in chat, I remember playing Potionomics, a cute game of characters being cute, and dropping it because the game part of the game started requiring too much of my attention. You get that mismatch of style and expectation. Potionomics does have really lovely art. Mr. Lastitude says in chat, I just listened to an interview with Edmund McMillan, and he said that this game was designed to evoke the feeling of, this is so hard, why should I even keep going? Which he also stated is maybe not the smartest move for selling a lot of copies. Yeah, I definitely do think it gets there. I remember having to really push myself to finish it. When I say that, I don't even mean in the sense of like having to push myself to overcome the difficulty. I mean having to push myself to not be like, actually, fuck this.
Yeah. Ah.
Very close. Very close.
Okay. Oh, this is where okay.
Yeah, that actually, the art there confused me a little bit too.
Ah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you trying to hit jump again when you land on them?
Holding jump.
Okay, yeah. You can just hold jump the whole time. Is what I was gonna say, just to make things a little easier on you if you didn't realize. T3ville785 or Tville785 in chat says, "Hey Amabel, loved your last video essay. Giving names to the nameless board game designers, best thing I've seen all year."
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. I'm very proud of that one, actually.
It's a very Amabel Holland kind of compliment.
Yeah. Oh, I noted. I don't think they meant it that way, but you know.
It is a good one. It is a good one. Where we're going to maybe talk about it briefly at the at the end of the stream.
Oh, are we? I don't
Just a
know
little.
if that's what we need to do.
Well, you know, there's needs and there's needs, and never the twain shall meet. All right, you can do this. Just make sure you're. Oh,
What am I getting wrong there?
well, you're dropping down onto the corner when he's moving away from you instead of when he's moving toward you. So by the time you've completed your jump, he's like as far from that ledge as possible. Nice. And that should be
Hey,
yep. Warp.
all right.
Congratulations on completing 3 biomes. If I'm honest, I was not necessarily expecting that much progress.
Yeah. Well,
You did it. You're kicking
That's-
ass. You're 12% of the way through this game.
and
There
All
are 600 screens, I believe.
there's 20 on each of these. Well, maybe more than 20. Okay.
There's 20,
All right.
20 normal screens, and then there's the the extra stuff.
All right. Well, I think that's our
That's phase 2. That's phase 2. Yeah, let me toss us back to the gas cave here. Hey, Amabel.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing a video game for us. I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was the End Is Nigh, and a little bit of a discussion and stuff about splatformers. Apparently, that game was a little less pranky than I remembered. I thought it was a little bit more sort of a one leg in each tradition, but it did not turn out to quite so much to be that way. We could just play Mess Adventure next time. Anyway, this is phase 3. Welcome to the post stream. We're just gonna hang out for a couple more minutes here, and talk about media and stuff that you have loved in the last week. Listen, things are very difficult for some people in some places right now, and we are invested in making sure that there is still some. You can't just bathe in all of that stuff all of the time. You gotta sometimes have. Oh, you're doing mix up. Okay, hold on. I'll put that up.
Yeah, it's a little visually.
Yeah,
Not that the illustration is not visually interesting. It is, but
So yeah, we like to spend a little bit of time at the end of the stream just talking about a thing that we've loved in the last week, offering this stuff up so others can also find things that they might love. So if you've got a thing that you were really into this week, feel free to share, please. Oh dear. According to Robin says, wait until Amabel hears how far she is in Vampire the Masquerade and how much of the back half of the game is combat and sneaking. Hey Robin, shh. I have already intimated to Amabel that it is possible the part of the game she's going to like the least is yet to come. There's a particular thing I'm waiting to see your reaction to. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay. Well, that's Because, I'll tell you something I'm not enjoying is Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay, but this is not a space for negative
Yep.
reviews. We're here
Right.
trying to help people out. Cat of Nine Tails says, if we're doing part 3, Amabel, thank you for recommending League of Pigs. You should have heard the adorable
You're
noises my
welcome.
girlfriend made when I showed it to her. Yeah, League of Pigs is a wonderful, adorable pig racing series on here on YouTube. It's very charming. It's just a very charming, weird little thing. Steph also says the Vampire series. Watching Amabel play the game is so much worse and so much more badly written than I remembered. Yeah, I definitely had memories of this thing being different than it has turned out to be so far.
I'm trying to think of...
BVDDH says, I'm currently playing Strange Jigsaws. That seems right up your alley. Strange Jigsaws is a neat, kind of weird looking thing. I saw the folks at Playframe play a little bit of that. I don't know that it's something I would get into personally, but it does seem really neat. What about you, Amabel? You got anything? You got a thing you'd like to share?
I'm trying to think of something that because I have just been in production mode for...
Yeah, you've been working, plugging away on that video essay.
I'm trying to think what have we watched lately that I enjoyed, or what. You know what? I've been rereading The Eustace Diamonds by Anthony Trollope. Now as everyone knows, I'm a big Trollope head.
One of the all-time trollopers, I would say.
I particularly like, as far as the Palace Recycle is concerned, I particularly like Phineas Finn and Phineas Redux. And between those two books in that series, there's the Eustace Diamonds, which is probably one of the least well-regarded of the books because the protagonist is terrible, like as a person, and the book is constantly like, boy, this lady sucks. But there's a lot of really charming character work. There's a lot of like wry observations. I feel like Charles prose, more than other Victorian novelists, feels very alive and feels pretty modern. And so I've been enjoying that. That's what I've been doing while I've been like reading or listening to a chapter when I've been working on things. There's a free audiobook. So that's my recommendation. If you don't want to read an old, long Victorian novel, there is the television series The Pallisers, which is a not necessarily super faithful adaptation because the texture of it correct. And I'd recommend that old BBC series from the 70s. How about you, sweetheart? What do you have to recommend?
The tone in your voice when you started saying that, I honestly thought there was a chance you were going to like, and if you don't want to read an old Victorian book, go fuck yourself.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Like
this is the good shit. Suffer.
I mean, it does have certain differences than what people might read today. Certain expectations are different.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were serialized and paid by the word. They're very long. Like,
and there's a lot of mentions
Diamonds,
of Captain Crunch.
The Eustace Diamonds is like 72 chapters long, and not a whole lot happens in it. The pace is different than what people might be accustomed to from a novel.
I would like more of a reward for my serialized joke.
Okay, reward.
I feel like I really nailed that one, and I'm so worried about it just going to the grave. Robin points out, listen everybody, Amabel's saying she's better than us. True.
That's not something Robin would say.
Cat of Nine Tails says in the chat, there's a sequel to Strange Horticulture called Strange Antiquities. There sure is. I've definitely had an eye on that one, but space on the channel is at a little bit of a premium right now, due to it taking forever for me to get through some stuff because of my various chronic health issues. So I would like to get Strange Antiquities. It looks really cool. And that is a thumbs up if you're curious about strange horticulture, if you're thinking about it. Yeah, check it out. It's worth it. Zazander says, I've been reading The Battle of the Big Bang, a book about new discoveries in cosmology and how the universe might be steady state after all. That's very interesting. Boy, I haven't read a proper like science book, a book just about like the state of science, since The Elegant Universe. When did that come out? Like 2004?
I'm not familiar, so I.
That was like when sort of like the general public, and me included, sort of first became aware of string theory.
Okay.
When string theory had its big breakthrough, Dr. Brian Greene wrote a couple of books, the Elegant Universe, and then there's another one.
I'm at the point now where I'm not fast enough to do this stuff, so it's causing me trouble.
Okay, how about this? I'll lessen the pressure by putting a big image over your thing, over what you're doing right now. Because I think it's time to talk about something that I thought was pretty fantastic this year.
Yeah, what's that?
It's Hollenspiel's new video essay, Gravity is Free, the games of Rene Soriano. A feature-length documentary about credit, who is forgotten and who is remembered, and also literally about the games of Rene Soriano, a prolific board game and toy designer who very nearly went forgotten except for the incredible documentarian work of one Amabel Holland.
Thank you, sweetheart.
This is the guy who designed Kerplunk. Look at that. Look at all that Kerplunk. And you can see here in the thumbnail the weird Star Wars game he made about fighting Jabba on Jabba's pleasure barge over the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, this is a great thing, and I just want to say, in particular, really great voice cast. You got a lot of great people working with you. There are some gags in this one that are just an absolute delight. Everybody should go check it out. It's real good.
Thank you.
That's what I have to say about that.
You know who my favorite voice cast person is in that? Is you.
You know who my favorite voice cast person is in that?
Who?
Is Kitten Arcader.
Yeah, I'm really.
It's fucking rad that you got Kitten Arcader to appear in the thing. Let me just, you know what? While we're here, fucking shout out Kitten Arcader.
Yeah, let's recommend Kitten Arcader. Yeah,
because Kitten Arcader is still doing that good work, and also he did us a cool favor. So here's the deal with Kitten Arcader. If you're not familiar, home of Foot the Bill, which is his sort of premiere series. This guy is a like horror movie fan and also kind of historian and accountant kind of vibe. Like the main deal with these series, Foot the Bill, is he figures out how much it would cost to put on the horror movie shenanigans. Can Jigsaw actually afford to do all the whack shit you saw in Jigsaw in Saw 2 or whatever? And that it's so entertaining. I don't know why. It seems like a really dry concept, but it's a combination of the sort of just like the natural charisma of the host, and also the writing sensibility. They're so fucking good. They're so interesting. I'm really happy to see his channel growing quite a lot, and the shit is rad. Check this shit out. Yeah, Kitten Arcader, and he did us a solid and jumped in on that video essay for a gag. The other thing I wanted to boost, because I found out about this this week and I've been listening to it a little bit, is a band called Castle Rat. I don't really know much about Castle Rat. Forgive me if Castle Rat is like problematic or whatever, but like, check this shit out. Let me make sure this is muted so we don't get copyrighted or whatever. But Castle Rat is a band. It appears to be largely this woman's work, and it is a like 80s fantasy metal project. There's a lot of very dramatic music videos made in this style, and they really are like sticking to the bit. It's kind of fucking extremely rad. If you're into that sort of like hair metal, wizards with orbs, shooting lightning, fighting dragons in the snow kind of shit, this is check out Castle Rat. This is what I am saying to you. You are gonna love you some Castle Rat. Just so you can see it's not a one-off. Here's another video featuring many of the same costumes because it doesn't seem like they have a huge budget. Yeah,
All
seems
right.
rad. Seemed very rad. I feel like there was another thing I was going to talk about, and now I don't remember what it was. You know how that goes.
I know how that goes.
My brain, it's like a what do you call it? Big
A
thing
wonder?
with a
Like
big
a
thing with a
light?
hole in the bottom. Ass. That's what it is. My brain is like ass.
Fun to play with. Surprisingly flexible.
Wetter if you remove the skin.
Did you see the reply someone made to that?
I don't know. Did I?
I
We're having a terrible time on Blue Sky, everybody.
well, I think that's it for today's.
I think that's it for today's stream. We have stuff.
This was
to
a good stream. I think I did a good job.
You did. I agree. I agree with that. You were given a task that some people would find very unpleasant.
See, I did not find that unpleasant. Next time, pre-stream, is Pitfall 2, and then
Yeah, apparently we're
else.
gonna explore the whole Pitfall saga. We're gonna learn some things. Cornflake says in the chat, for hair metal type stylings, check out Steel Panther, 500% satire of the genre. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hair metal satire of 80s metal in general, I think is really good. I mean, like obviously probably people know about The Darkness, but just in case you don't, The Darkness is another really good sort of band in that, like a pastiche of that same kind of era. Also, the guy from The Darkness has an insane voice. It's like, it does not seem like a man ought to be able to sing like that. So that's pretty fun. All right, we're getting out of here. That's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time later this week on the channel, of course, we got some more stuff going. I do believe the Hades 2 series is coming to an end, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I usually try not to talk about new series because I'm always like, oh God, what if I change my mind and somebody gets upset because I didn't do the thing I was promising to do?
Yeah.
And then what if they get weird about it in the comments and yell at me? But when Hades is clear, we're definitely picking up Demon School. Demon School is a thing I've been looking forward to getting on the channel for a while. And then of course we got all of our other fun new series. Rogue Trader is not I'm not done with Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader's coming back. I just needed to get some fucking fresh air into the mix.
Yeah.
I feel like the channel lineup was locked for a really long time, playing long stuff all at the same time. But we're gonna get back to Rogue Trader. It's gonna happen just whenever some space frees up a little bit. Because I did need a little bit of a break. I was getting a little samey. And then of course when you come back next week, Pitfall 2, we're gonna learn so much about, you're gonna know so much more about Pitfall Harry than you ever wanted to know. So
Yes.
go out into the world, do the things that need doing, fight the fights that need fighting, and of course, find some things to love. Make some time. Make sure you are finding time for you to love a thing. Do it actively. Don't wait for it to fall in your lap. And then come back next time and tell us about it. And we'll see you then.